into existence once again. Today we are playing Radiant Tale Fanfare, the sequel to the first game, Radiant Tale. It's one of the only otome games where I've played like every single route, and I love that game so much. It was really good, so I'm really excited to be playing the sequel. This game was sent to me by the company, very kind of them, thank you Aksys. And they wanted to have like this little border and no voices, so I apologize for you not being able to hear them, but you get to hear me read. Oh my goodness, and I'm really bad at reading. You're welcome. At first I felt confused when I looked at this costume. Before I knew it, however, putting my arms through its sleeves became habit. My heart still races every time. No matter how many times I experience it, the thrill remains. It's almost time, honey. Okay, one sec. Everyone is waiting. I need to finish getting ready ASAP. They must just be used to this routine by now. Tifalia! I love her design so much. She is so pretty and I love like her little circus outfit. I will stick with her name. Default name. Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. Finally, took you long enough. I guess you're good to go whenever now. We can't start the show without you. Good, you look gorgeous. The audience is waiting. Let's go, guys. Yeah! What does it mean to travel the world with friends? A treasure of tears, laughter, and all the rest. And the thing waiting ahead is surely a bright future filled with miracles. This is our final stage. A stage leading to the future. Now let the show begin. It's showtime! I'm so excited. Ooh, which route will we go with first is the question. Oh, we have opening playing. No music, I'll take the music away. I'm excited to listen though. I love the art style of this game, it's so pretty. Ooh, they got a beat going. You guys can't hear it, but trust me. I'm so happy to see the gang again, and Ratty! Oh my goodness. The crew is back. I'm so excited to see all their story continuations. Oh, and the pretty like couple art they have. It's gonna be really cute. I'm excited to see, since they're all already together this time. I love the art, so cute. I'm curious where the routes will take them in this game. The Great Spirit Fox Energy. There's Ratty! Buddy! Show us Mini Ratty too. No, they left Mini Ratty out. Oh, and Colovis! She's back too. Of course, Ginia, the boss. I do love, like, Ginia's Andrew in the first game. Like, he just makes you sign a contract to keep working. Oops, spoilers, I realized, but I mean, that one's like the very normal ending. So hopefully it's not too much spoilers. Also, that art was really cute there. Yay! I wonder which one is considered the canon. I have no idea who. They didn't put them both in the middle, did they? Ooh, after story. This takes place after the happy end in the original game. Interlude, a short scenario taking place within the main story. If story, this story takes place after the common route's normal end. Wait, they actually have a continuation of the normal route end? Wait, that's so funny. Okay, we will start with after story. So I think there are certain ones I'm not allowed to do. I think I'm not allowed to do Pascalia. And I think Ratty. I will double check that. Yeah, Pascalia and Ratty, we're not allowed them, so we have to go with Vilio first then. Because normally, yeah, those would probably be the other two I would kind of go to quickly. We'll go with the Vilio for this first one. Will last forever. The bond you share. Chapter 1 route, Vilio. I miss like the whole graphics for this too. Like the graphics are so pretty. Like the graphic design and everything. Like I love the vibes. The vibes are good. Clan Chief. Oh, Clan Chief is is back. How you doing, buddy? You look so angry all the time. Do you want to talk about it? Therapy? Do you want to... you want to discuss it? Listen, Vilio, you are a child born with the power to purify evil. You are the Archdragon, the only one with the power to protect the weak. So Archdragon, the most powerful dragon born only once per generation. Only an Archdragon is able to consume and purify fiends. For the sake of the world, you must risk your life and devour fiends until you fall into an eternal slumber. That's so sad. I found his, sad and the saddest in the first game. Oh my goodness. Well, actually, there was quite a few really sad ones now that I think about it. The 4 was just funny though. His bad end was not bad at all. Protecting the world is your privilege and duty. That was a blessing bestowed upon me when I was born. At the same time, it was a curse that chained me to my fate. Thinking back on it, I devoted my whole life to that mission. Aww. I joined circus and traveled all around the world to save the prince. In truth, I only joined because I wanted to learn about the world, to see for myself how weighty my task truly was. I joked with my companions during our heartwarming meals at the dinner table. I found myself surrounded by cheers and applause whenever I took the stage. Yet all the while, my mind was focused on the mission given to me, protecting the world. I'll die to protect everyone's happiness. No! I even felt proud that my death could save a lot of people. No! Except that thought didn't last forever. I'd rather have some strangers die than you. You remember this? A girl screamed in protest on my behalf. I can't take it. The world means nothing to me if you're not in it. Oh, the feels. I'm remembering this now. Just an ordinary girl I was supposed to protect. But her words cracked the shell around my cowardly heart, even as I was determined to see out my duty to its end. I don't want to disappear just yet. I still wanted to live. Her compassion wrenched the earnest wish I'd hidden deep in my mind straight from my lips. Oh, this is a cute picture. This is so cute. That moment changed everything. Tifalia had become an all-important figure in my life. An ordinary girl who used to... Me too! An ordinary girl who used to live in the capital. During her second visit to Kalita, she was possessed by a fiend. She only escaped death by becoming Vilio's mate, now Dragon's bride. She has lost her humanity as her body gradually becomes more dragon-like. Honestly, good sacrifice. I released the world's negative emotions. I shared my pain with everyone instead of letting it bury me. She was the one who'd come up with this miraculous idea to free me from my mission. My dragon's bride, my everything. Aww. Dragon's partner to whom he shares his power and makes an eternal vow. Before becoming one, they must share a true love's kiss. Only after that will she become his soulmate and receive his power. Now that I had a life of my own, I wanted to tell her how I felt over and over again. So many cute pictures. Thank you for opening up my future. Thank you for walking this path with me. I'll keep on loving you for as long as I live, Tifalia. Precious, so adorable. Switching over to us. Nestled in the middle of Scotia was the world's largest city, the capital, Arthia. It had been a year since Vilio and I last visited the city, which saw the comings and goings of people from all over the world. The current Archdragon, who had the literal fate of the world on his shoulders, joined circus because he wished to see the world he was destined to protect. At first, he was supposed to consume all the fiends in the world and purify them, but circus intervened to save him. Thanks to their efforts, the overflowing population of fiends was cut down, and Vilio no longer has to dedicate his life to his duty. Now he leads a blissful life with his mate, our heroine. Well, it feels like ages since we've been to Arthia. I think the last time we came here was during our wedding performance, huh? Refer to the circus performance that also served as Vilio and our heroine's wedding. Oh, that was cute. I remember that now. That was cute. I think so, yeah. We immediately left for our honeymoon, which was more like another world tour. Can't believe it took us a whole year to come back here. Well, we did keep extending the tour because more and more people wanted to see. Unlike before, we stopped by small towns and Fey Beast villages in addition to the major cities. We went anywhere our presence was requested. The size of the crowd didn't matter. Recalling our year-long adventure, I chuckled. It was all worth it in the end. We upped our fame and more people expressed interest in joining the troupe. I know, right? Luna and Firo can stand on their own already and the others are continuously improving. At the very least, they can do just fine without our help now. Mm-hmm. He looked a little wistful, so I snuggled up to him and looked out toward the city. Give us a picture of that. Ahead of us were the same old peaceful streets of the capital. I saw the bakery I used to go to as a kid, the tea wholesaler who was a regular at labor. After scrutinizing the scene for differences, I shifted my gaze to the sky. Some things have changed, whereas others have stayed the same. Like the sky, it's just as vast and blue as it was that day. Right, that day. My first meeting with Vilio occurred on one ordinary day. When you fell from the sky! Like an angel! I met a boy who tumbled down from the sky and then I joined circus. Ever since then, my small world had grown exponentially. Especially after I learned that Vilio was the archdragon, a sacrificial figure duty-bound to protect the world. Having been given a share of his power, I became his dragon's bride. The days we spent fighting against his fate were something out of a fairy tale. Back then, I couldn't believe that the fate of the world rested on my shoulders, yet it was a miraculous tale in which we all saved the world. It was a tale spun from my desire, one anybody might have, the desire to save someone I loved. The feelings I had then were no mere tale, though they might sound exaggerated to a bystander. But the fact that we were still alive, still standing together today, proved the strength of our love. Aww, they're sweet. I like them reminiscing. It also catches us up on what happened. Let's hold hands, Tifalia. Sure. Our fingers tightly intertwined, assuring us this wasn't a dream. Feeling each other's warmth, we took a relaxed stroll around Arthia. Nice. Are we gonna stop by her place, I wonder? Few hours passed. Oh, I forgot Colovis is like older now. I forgot about that. Oh, that's strange. I forgot. Alright, no items are missing. Document received. Thanks for all your hard work this past year, Vilio, Tifalia. Same here. Thanks, Ginny, and you too, Colovis. Let me thank you as well, Ginny and Colovis. Oh, and I guess I should call you King Colovis now. The former prince, now king, who was born with such incredible power that he was hailed as the modern-day Arthur. When he journeyed to a cave in Passio to save Vilio, he encountered King Arthur and regained his rightful appearance. Since his coronation, he has taken over the throne from his father. Don't worry about it. We're the only ones here. I smiled at Clovis. He had succeeded the throne of the previous king, Begonia. Clovis's father, after watching over his son's growth, he stepped down from the throne and is leading a peaceful life. We were in one of the anterooms in the castle. Vilio and I had come here to submit a particular document. Still, I can't believe you're the one who's in charge of procedure, Jinia. I totally thought it was Celeste's job. Ali is away on a business trip to Kalida. He wants to check up on some core item research findings. That's why I asked Jinia for help. I figured he wanted to see you two. He was so happy when he heard you were back in town. Why wouldn't I be? I'm the first ever leader of the prestigious troupe circus. Jinia always had a flair for the dramatic. He still looked the same as when I last saw him about a year ago. One thing about him did confuse me. He seemed a bit spent. By the way, are you feeling all right? You look a little tired. We heard the rumors, so you're like the king's left-hand man now. Whoa, that's a promotion, all right. Since Clovis succeeded the throne, Jinia has been flitting to and fro on his behalf, like a tireless worker bee earning this moniker from Arthur citizens. Clovis's right-hand man is, yes, you guessed, it's Celeste. I heard you're a whole different person, always on the move, and your habit of slacking off has disappeared. What happened to the Jinia we knew? Bring him back. What happened? What happened to the slacker? That's true, absolutely right. Gosh, I can no longer hide my talent. All I do these days is work, work, work. Nothing but work. Staying up late is like your skin's worst enemy. Oh, I'm too stressed. He banged the table in frustration, then cast a wistful glance sideways with a sigh. Well, I'm not as busy as King Clovis. I'm guessing you've got your hands full now that you're king. Well, yeah, more or less. There's a lot of things to do. It's not like I can whine and complain about it when I carry the weight of the nation. I need to work as hard as I can. It's no problem. I'm just keeping the nation under control. No big deal. I'm not struggling. Clovis beamed, radiating confidence. Now that he had grown physically and mentally, he certainly had the dignity of a king. Noticing my eyes on him, he arched a brow. What's wrong, Tifalia? Is there something on my face? Oh, it's nothing. Sorry for staring. I'm just amazed at how much you've grown. You remind me of King Arthur, how he looked when we met him. King Arthur. Oh yeah, didn't you say you met him in Pastille Cave? Yep, our conversation is forever engraved on my heart. All the more reason I must do my best to lead this country and not embarrass him. Hey now, overworking is not allowed in this house, alright? Jinian glared at the king, trying to hold back his enthusiasm. But it's a castle! There's a hole in that! Change your wording and you got him! You're pushing yourself too hard. How much sleep did you get this week? Bet it was only 3 hours a day tops. And that includes your mana consumption. You use it way too much. Irk. When Jinian shamed the king into silence, Vilio and I exchanged glances. What's that about his mana? Now that you mention it, hey Clovis, are you using your mana in a different way? Vilio's curious question only served to make Clovis more uncomfortable. What secrets are you hiding? Speak up! Eventually he gave up, reluctantly explaining things. It's just, how do I say it? It's not a big deal, really. I accidentally used a little too much power to replenish the Rocket's Crown's mana. Arthur's core item? Memories floated to my mind at the familiar name. Core items were great, powerful artifacts imbued with Great Spirit's magic. Each symbolized one of the 5 major cities. Kalida's Caritas Wand? The core item of Kalida left by Celius, the great spirit of Earth, only contains half the amount of mana compared to other core items. The remaining portion lies with Relida, making him the other half of the Caritas Wand. Kultura's Labyrinth Necklace. Orion's Lacrima Earrings. The core item of Orion's, the city of water that was left behind by Leve, the great spirit of water, now owned by Piscalia. These earrings constantly pour magic into Vita, who synchronized with Piscalia, and prevents both of them from dying. That's so sad, I remember that too. That was also like, I didn't like the sad end for their one. First is Intaglio Ring. The core item of Fair is that the great spirit of fire Valen left behind. The ring was missing for a long time, but thanks to Circus's efforts, it has safely returned to the government's custody. Its current keeper is Eon. Last but not least, the royal capital's Rocket Crown. I meant to read the little... The core item of the capital, which was created by the first King Arthur, saved Vilio from being consumed by negative emotions and devoured by a fiend. Well, thank goodness. Circus managed to gather the 5 core items on our previous quest. We did it to save a rampant Vilio who'd been devouring fiends for 2 years straight. Clovis bundled all their power together and severed the negative emotions from Vilio's body, saving his life. That was a pretty epic moment. To tell you the truth, the core items mana stores took a huge hit back then. What? I know it's funny coming from me, but isn't that, like, bad? It shouldn't pose much of a problem. Core items have the spirit's divine protection, so they can absorb mana from nature. The 4 other core items are currently managed by our former circus members in each city. As long as they're enshrined in their respective cities, their mana should recover. Well, that's a relief, but what's the issue here, then? Clovis turned somber as he answered. Out of the 5 core items, the Rocket Crown is a bit different. It's a special case, an item King Arthur created to match the other 4. In short, only the Rocket Crown doesn't get its power from the spirits. Gotcha, so it can absorb mana from nature to restore its mana. Exactly, you could say it's a unique core item that possesses all attributes evenly. Royals can control all the attributes, so they're the only ones who can replenish the Rocket Crown's mana. Oh, so that's what Clovis is using his mana for. Oh, okay, that makes sense. But rest assured, I only do it when I have extra, so I recover pretty quickly. The king thumped his chest, which only made Jinia's glare sharper. He is being ratted on. He's being ratted on. I do, it's funny when, like, somebody just so, like, blatantly lies, and someone else is like, no, you're not okay. How dare you lie? See, you're pushing yourself again. Have you forgotten that you fainted yesterday? Yeah, what do you mean you only do it when you have access? Liar. Still, I can't simply leave it like this, you know? Thinking of it as me donating my blood, doing it once a day should be fine. No means no. Even common folk would lapse if they donated their blood every day. It has not a great comparison. Besides, His Royal Highness Vigonia can help you restore the crown's mana. That said, you're allowed to pour your mana into the crown only when I give you permission. Is that clear? But many people are concerned about your health given how long you've been sick. Isn't it the king's duty to keep his people from worrying about him? I know, sorry. Clovis looked devastated after being harshly scolded by his left-hand man. Is there a reason they need it, restored so fast? Can't they take their time with the process? Meanwhile, Vilio and I were so shocked that our eyes were as wide as saucers. Am I seeing things? He's being reasonable? Hey, you two, can you not make fun of me as a duo, please? We know you, Dunya, we know you. Then again, Ginny was Circus's leader, even if he was casual about it. We solidified our image of him as a free spirit, so this came as a huge surprise. To be fair, he'd always had an open mind and sound judgment. I could see why this would happen the moment he started putting effort into helping people rather than taking it easy. Still feels weird to see, though. Thinking as much, I turned to Clovis. I agree with Ginny out. With how busy you are these days, it would be best to let others take care of the simplest jobs and get some rest. Yeah, you're right. Guess I'll take a break after this. I'm also worried about you, though, Tifalia. Why me? With a stern look on his face, he picked up a document on his desk. He then read the words aloud. Circus resignation notice. You're not planning to withdraw from the troupe, are you? A troupe of performers who answer directly to the government. They disbanded after they achieved their goal, but they've been reborn with new members. Actually, we are. We've already talked it over. The whole reason we come to the castle today was to submit our resignation. They're retiring! No! Okay, too bad. I personally would love for you to stay in the troupe. You know, Circus never would have come this far if it wasn't for all your support and help, Clovis. We even have a second and third team now, and the numbers keeps getting higher. We're sure Circus will do great even without us. Yeah, in fact, I feel like I'd be holding the others back. When I said so, Vilio laid a hand on my back. Actually, I heard what happened during your, where was it again, the fair show? Didn't the ivy grow out of control when you tried to make flowers bloom? Word has it you got tangled in it and hung in midair. Oh. The audience went bananas because you barely ever make a mistake during a show. He didn't seem finished yet, but a bitter smile already tugged at my lips. Looks like I don't need to explain myself, you already knew. It wasn't a mistake, though. It was an accident. I clenched my fist as my gaze dropped. Vilio stepped in on my behalf. The accident might have only happened once on stage, but the truth is the same thing happened over and over again off stage during our rehearsals or when we were out and about. So you're saying plants explode in growth out of nowhere, isn't that? Yes, she's experiencing a magic rampage. A phenomenon where one's magic is activated without conscious thought. A temporary condition occurring when a contractor falls ill and is healed once they get better. The scale of the rampage differs depending on each person's amount of mana. Oh. She can't control it. It started after I became the Dragon's Bride and acquired a portion of Vilio's power. My body underwent some immediate noticeable changes. One of the things that changed was my vision. Like a contractor, I could see spirits that lived in nature with a little focus. I could also use magic, a power that only belonged to spirit contractors and Phoebes. I can't control my magic at all. It unleashes on its own regardless of whether I wanted to. This hardly ever happened in the beginning. Even if it did, the effects were subtle. For example, the flowers I planted grew faster than others. Or the withering flowers beside my bed would bloom again in the morning. These were such trivial changes that I didn't even realize my magic had caused them. Lately, the scale has been getting bigger and bigger. Before I knew it, flowers are blooming all around me and nowhere else. When I took shelter from the rain beneath a tree, the flowers burst into bloom and then withered in an instant. We know it's probably not a big issue right now, but it's clear that Tifali's magic is getting stronger each day. And you know a lot of people come to watch our shows. If something bad happened in such a crowded venue, I'm afraid it will be too late. Hence your decision to withdraw from Circus. Yeah, we can't just take precautions on tour and hope for the best anymore. Oh, I'm perfectly healthy at least. All's well there. I shot a pointed lance in Vilio's direction. Ha! A sigh was all I got from him. Even if your condition is fine, your magic is running rampant and that's not normal. We need to find the cause as soon as possible and get rid of it. Vilio was more upset about my condition than I was. Aww. We were together most of the time, so he saw when my magic got out of control. Things really could get worse if we didn't take care of it soon. I see that things are more serious than I thought. Have you come up with a plan? We have. Since we've got all this free time now, we plan to visit the Sage Tower first. My parents said they'd help me look into my condition. Oh, then you'll be in good hands. No matter how hard we rack our brains about it, there's no way we can do it alone. Right, I understand completely. You need to uncover the cause before anything else. Feel free to reach out to me for help. I'll do anything in my power to assist. Many thanks, Clovis. That's reassuring to hear. After that, we switched to catching up on each other's lives and joined a leisurely chat. Before sunset, Vilio and I parted ways with our friends. Yay! I hope she's okay, though. Then I made a mini reunion with Spiria and Ratty at Lieber. We opted to stay in a room at the tavern. It was already past midnight and I couldn't seem to fall asleep. Surely it was because I was so excited to be home after so much time away. Or so I told myself anyway. Instead of sleeping, I found myself sipping warm milk at the counter alone. Drink her heroin often consumes when she has trouble sleeping. She particularly enjoys this with a tablespoon of honey. I'm not sleepy at all. I knew I should try since we would be heading to Kalita tomorrow. But the more frustrated I felt, the more sleep eluded me. I sighed in defeat. Right at that moment... Oh, my attention snapped to a droopy withered flower arrangement on the counter. All at once the blossoms rose up and bloomed anew. The color also changed. It's happening again. This is my magic, but it feels like someone else is controlling it. In the past, I envied people who could use magic because it looked so convenient. As it turned out, they were in full control and only making it look easy. When my magic started unleashing on its own, I bypassed confusion and went straight to fear. I guess this is the real reason I can't sleep. I'm feeling super anxious. I took a sip of my milk to find it already tepid. Then I stared absent-mindedly at the renewed blossoms. It was then that I heard footsteps coming down the stairs, followed by a voice. I knew it. There you are, Tifalia. Vilio, I thought you were sleeping. I was, but I woke up and couldn't find you anywhere. Aw, he came to check on her. So sorry, I can't sleep for some reason. I'll come back once I finish this milk, so you should go back to bed. Tyranno's face stayed despite my smile. He seemed to be thinking about something. What's wrong, Vilio? Hey, Tifalia, wanna get some fresh air? A late night stroll? Pretty light. I suppose even the busy capital is quiet around this time. It's pretty late, so everyone's probably fast asleep. I've never been out at this hour, so it feels new. Vilio claimed he couldn't sleep either and invited me out for a walk. We leisurely strolled around the city in the middle of the night, the street lamps lighting our way. How weird, the world looks so different at night. It does, it feels like we're lost in another world. Kind of exciting, huh? We lowered our voices to a whisper, trying not to wake the citizens. His hushed voice carried a gentle note of concern. The visor on my heart eased up a little in his presence. How are you doing now that we're back in Earth here? Feeling nostalgic? Obviously, I grew up here. At the same time, it's weird to see all the new buildings here and there. A number of the shops I used to frequent as a child were nowhere to be seen on the main street. I never used to pay attention to the shops coming and going. It was an odd feeling. Why was my chest so tight that I found it hard to breathe? Was it because the scenery around me seemed so empty? It just looked different from what I remembered, noticeably so. That coffee shop used to be a toy store. The cherry blossom tree at the corner of the park has been cut down. I never got to picnic with the others beneath it. A storefront, a bench shifted elsewhere, a signboard's letterings, the street lamps' adornments. The differences were small, but it was clear that something had changed. It felt like the hometown I once knew had completely disappeared while I was away. I halted my steps and looked up at the castle. The same goes for the two people I met this afternoon. They'd obviously changed since our trip together. Clovis had become quite the king while Ginny had took his job more seriously. It was a good thing, of course. It meant they had improved and grown. The king and his left-hand man are only going to get busier from now on. I doubt we'll find the time to meet again. That won't be easy. That chill ends my heart. Aww. Okay, I think we will end it off here for now. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye bye. 3, 2, 1, poofles.